Hello, 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 hello.
Slave slaves were just in prettier cages.
Wasn't planning on streaming tonight,
Oh, Megan,
but I want to finish this
we're only
game.
getting started.
So let's do it, folks.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm John Knowles. Our main headlines tonight.
Studying starting!
Continue from where we got to. An important review. You arrive at work a little early, despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't sure of everything that's happened, though if the swarm of COOs all over the building is anything to CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just a Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you're informed you need to speak to Bozeman immediately and escorted to the office. Oh yeah, so last time we helped the disruptors, the anti-government people, destroy the broadcast tower. And then everything got a bit shooty. You sit nervously outside waiting for your boss. A few minutes later, the boss man arrives, dishevelled and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Ah yes, Winston. Good. This is Specialist Ables. She will be observing the interview. Please, come inside and take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles into the office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been in here before, it was immaculate, with everything in its proper place. Not so today. It must be serious for Bozeman to be this flustered. So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bozeman's eyes are sharp, and his gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Abels is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. Not really, no. I wasn't involved with anything that happened yesterday. Or, I assume, to do with... if we weren't guilty, we'd probably be like, oh, is this about that disrupt thing that happened? We wouldn't be like, I didn't do anything. What happened last night was nothing short of the culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror that disrupted removing on this nation and its territories. Bozeman shoots a glance behind you to your left, where your CCO observer is standing. He's having to toe the line, I guess, as the CCO there. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot, wherever we find it, to prevent anything like last night's happening ever again. I've been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved, and will be submitting a personal review of your performance both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. He shoots you a quick smile. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. Arranging some papers, Bozeman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot's happened last night, and I have a number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather none of them take any longer than necessary. Please be brief, concise, and clear in your answers. You nod. So, let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in quite a sympathetic light. Why? Yeah, I showed what was happening. Yes, of course. And with everything in flux, you weren't to know what would happen next. I'm certain you did the best you could, Alex. You always do. Bozeman scribbled some notes down, the noise of his pen scratching into the notepad, punctuated only by the constant tick-tock of his ornate clock. Hopefully this will be overseen. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. It was while everyone else was talking. Oh, where did I put it? Ah yes, here we are. Do you recognise this? With a flourish, Bozeman produces the leaflet from Noteboard and places it on the desk in front of you. Yeah, I assumed it was just part of the set. Why else would it have been there? Well, that makes sense. You aren't responsible for maintaining the set. You can only assume that's what's meant. That what's there is meant to be, after all. You get the feeling that at least some of the above was for the benefit of the CCO in the room. Thank you, Alex, and again for Abel's benefit. You're so loyal. Not exactly subtle there. Towards the end of the show, there appeared to be some issues with the sensor equipment. At this point, Bozeman pauses for a moment, putting a lid on his pen and placing it carefully on the desk perpendicular to his notebook. How do you explain the fact that you sense a perfectly acceptable language in the final segments? I feel like he's on my side. He's on the side of the rebels. Yeah, I just do what the display tells me. I don't decide what's meant to be censored. I suppose it's certainly possible the machine could have malfunctioned, much more likely than the malfunctioning of such a competent employee. We'll make sure to have maintenance look at it right away. With the price we paid, I expect it to last at least another 20 years, just like the last one. Bozeman chuckles. How many more questions will you have to answer? At this point, Bozeman took out a pair of glasses and placed them somewhat delicately on the end of his nose. Then the portly man leaned forward to examine his notes in detail. Now, obviously, we expect the odd bit of interference here and there, unavoidable. However, he paused, turning the page at an agonising pace. Interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of their messaging found its way onto the airwaves? Yeah, with everything else going on, I just didn't realise until it was too late. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice Specialist Ables is visibly more attentive, awaiting your boss's response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents happen, and with the various stresses of last night's broadcast, I don't think anyone could begrudge you a slight drop in attention. Bozeman smiles warmly at you as Ables returns to their passive stance. You offer a strained smile back. A loud creak breaks the growing silence as Bozeman leans back in his chair. The tape of that poor Miss Brightman. Why did you play it? Help me understand. Why did you play that tape? As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in the old man's eyes. I was worried what Disrupt might do if I didn't play it. You watch as Bozeman slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day you chose to do it, Alex. I don't know if I'd have done the same in your shoes. But I think it's clear enough you thought it was the right thing to do, and that's all we can ask of you. He clears his throat and leans forward again, a smile once again on his face. I believe that's all I had for you anyhow. Thank God it's over. I think that's all the information we need for now, thank you. Could you leave the room, please? This last is to the CCO, who grudgingly accepts, and you hear the door close behind her. Look, Alex, I don't know how involved you were last night, and frankly I don't want to know, but honestly it doesn't look good. I've done what I can because I like you, but I can't promise it will be enough. Let's just go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up anyway. As you leave, you see what you could almost swear with sympathy in the old man's eyes. Back to normal? A banquet for some. For me? It's your anniversary. This year you've got a plan. A week away could be just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam, but it won't be cheap. Yeah, Sam's worth every penny. The last time you went away it was an amazing weekend together. This time's going to be even better. And what better way to start it off than by going all out and cooking a nice meal from scratch? Fancy! Sam's going to love it. They should be here any minute. Even you and Chris seem to be on the same page for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you, or perhaps they've decided they were unfair to ask you. But either way, you're grateful for the newfound peace. They even helped you clean the house today, so when Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. You hear the keys in the lock and put the final touches in place. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines, as nonchalant as possible. I look so good. Obviously I'm dressed to the nines now, you just can't see me because my camera doesn't appear to work with this game and there's nowhere to put it anyway, but you know, just imagine. Alex, what's all this? Oh my god, did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen where the banquet is laid out, candles lit, with Chris and the children standing quietly grinning. Oh my god, Alex. Happy anniversary, Sam. Happy anniversary, comes the chorus from your 3 cheerleaders as Sam turns to you smiling and with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. So I officially got accepted into the Community Cohesion Management Program, Charlie blurts out. And how do you feel about being grandparents? Susie continues. Wait, what was that? Kidding! I'm kidding. That might be sooner than you think, Susie laughs as Sam grabs the door frame for support. Alright, you two are coming with me before you give your parents a heart attack. We'll see you later. Tomorrow. As in not tonight. With a wink, they finish ushering Charlie and Susie out of the house. You pull out Sam's chair for them. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. Sounds like the kids are keeping busy. They shake their head as you take your own seat opposite them. Tomorrow, for now. You really didn't have to do all this, Alex. I know. I wanted to. I love you, Sam. I love you too, they breathe, admiring the panoply of food you've prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family. Who could ask for more? It's all going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? It always does. Always does. Everything's great. Love our family. There's a whole year gone by. That was a year, right? Over a year. An unwelcome discovery. Sam's call had been brief but urgent. Susie was in hospital and had asked both of you to come. Bozeman was surprisingly understanding, telling you to leave work immediately. You'd expected at least some hesitation. When you ask at the front desk, they direct you to Susie's room. You run up the 2 flights of stairs and along the corridor until you find the right room. Another one? That's what? 5? The 2 nurses outside cut themselves off as you push past into the room. Sam is at your daughter's bedside, speaking with a doctor. Susie is in a medical gown. Both faces are streaked with tears. What's wrong? What happened? The doctor looks sympathetically towards you as you move to put your arms around the pair of them. Susie should be fine after some time to rest. However, I'm afraid we were unable to save the baby. Sam hugs Susie as your daughter breaks down into tears. Oh, God. I know this is hard to hear right now, but it looks like it could be difficult, if not impossible, for you to conceive. Again, I'm terribly sorry, and if you have any questions at all, I'll be just outside. The 3 of you are left alone in the room, hugging tight as if that could somehow fix this. Your poor little girl. You wish there was something you could do. Anything. But there isn't. For now, all you can do is hold her close and protect your daughter as best as you can. Oh. It's nearly another year, isn't it? A job down. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for many years, but you missed it in the cinemas and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your butt in here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You have to actually nudge them to break their stupor. Sam? What is it? I've just been let go. From work. Sam is just staring into space. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children. So they can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay, you'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't that demand for younger years teachers anymore. Not just here. Anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. What we're going to do. You pull Sam into a hug. I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. Something happened to stop people having kids. Like, did the nuclear attack or something make people infertile or make people unable to carry to term? Or I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now Sam starts to sob. We're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. There's only the two of us living here now anyway. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex. They fall silent thinking. Eventually, you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. Home is where the heart is, after all. Sound effects you add won't affect your audience, but the actors might remember.
Living in a paradise, it's awfully nice if you don't think twice. I've been living in a paradise.
The sterility. I thought so. 3 years since the uprising. Oh, is it those male...
Hello, Alex. I've checked the schedule for tonight. Nothing major to report. Certainly
contraceptive
isn't anything you
pills.
can't handle. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here. Keep up the good work.
I don't know if I can remember how to do this. Power on... What?
Across the territories. Expect catchy tunes and scenes of an inappropriately sexual nature, not one to miss. At 10 p.m, it's time for Julia's Diary, where the ever-popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary.
Guess these are the only options, aren't they?
At 10:30, it's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling
And
to
this is
help
Jenny.
the
She's the
world
floor
adapt
manager.
and
Hi,
adjust to the new
Stacey.
future. Strong language and
That's
themes
Colin.
such as
He,
not one for the kids.
Too much. Don't talk to Colin.
Incisors is at 11:30.
Okay,
Don't-
involved in
don't
bringing your
talk
daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
Asking, how did it all go so right? That's followed by the territory.
Atta
weather report,
girl.
advanced briefing,
Te-
and
10
pages
seconds,
of territory,
everybody.
now featuring up to 16
Monday's a myth.
simultaneous colours.
Explains so
What a
much.
time to be
Okay, we are
alive.
going in
But
5,
first,
4,
put on your thinking
3.
glasses as we go over to Megan and the team at the
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey. Go fuck yourself. All right then, here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Sonia in Larkfordshire. I've had plenty of time to fill, so I've started a new hobby. Since I started knitting, I barely remember that 85% of the country is sterile. My record is this scarf. It's 124 metres long. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Greg from Proddington has sent us this lovely photo of their breakfast, saying, I couldn't bring myself to eat my toast this morning because I could swear it bore the spitting image of the great Julia Salisbury's relatable face.
That is the great
So I
Julia
had to make do
Salisbury's
with a plate of
relatable
butter and
face.
2 spoonfuls of jam. Do keep those coming in. Can you have a go? We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out. Okay.
Apparently, this is from Sherry Intendant. Here I am, just 6 months out of Betterment. I'm healthy, sober and working thanks to the facilities I had access to on the inside. I'll never have to go back to my old life of stealing cars and burning down charity shops. I just wanted to share.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right, thanks.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here.
What?
You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment. The parts have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Always follow my government orders. When would I ever not? Hate doing that sine wave
Tonight
stuff.
on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now. Let's go live to that.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant.
Why
As
does
I
it?
so often say to you, the
Oh,
uneven
'cause-
past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new future. And I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Tatchbadger.
Alfie Tatchbadger?
So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid.
Oh. Could you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Well, will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
Yeah, he says that's fine then. Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that. Yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie.
What?
You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody? Where is it?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I love this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're
A woman.
Yeah, a woman. One of
Women
them.
can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that.
When I
So,
was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yeah. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little Gertie Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times. Divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see. Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here. The weekly Territory 1 Team Awards.
Woo! We all excited? I'm excited.
Is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven past, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
She looks
Are you
really happy.
change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
Doctor, I mean, 2 figures, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Well, I
There he goes. Look.
can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down, love.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actor said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snifter, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Crikey, don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
And Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my train? I've been in these wide trunks for 3 days now.
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Oh, right you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who,
I like the music.
after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia Jackson Randy-Gannett.
I love the names they've come up with.
Medal, Alfie.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them for ourselves?
Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Hayes. There was them two, Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl.
Of course, Leggy Sydney.
She had
Can't
a
forget
voice
about
that
Leggy
introduced
Sydney.
her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a...
Can you explode quietly? Is that a thing one can do?
Yourself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine people who've never owned a
That's
pony?
the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
Good. When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it too.
Security!
Oh God, not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Bennies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
I'm trying to keep the flappy bits well away.
Oh, no.
Got to go. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. No, no, you don't.
You can't think pearls and swine. It isn't right. We used to have 3 horses sent into Bethel and hung well. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that would bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tadge-Badger. Pleased to meet you.
Looking at Junkie Sergeant Cool.
Stop them!
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
You better blow them what he knows.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in my 20s and we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach. Everything was black and white then, of course.
Of course, everything
We
was black and
visit
white back
the
in the
Penny
day.
Arcade and tried to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus. Oh, never mind. Yeah, just a tea, pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood.
That's good.
Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
Yay, Edwin!
Oh, Alfie Tadge-Badger.
You should be in a transition centre, you old nonk. Prime Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with an iron fist. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Guess what it was? Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant.
Is she realising
Report
she's created
the
a monster?
non-cohesives.
Hey,
Be
Villa.
a team player.
No, I'm carrying on from where we got to.
Concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week.
It wasn't
when
the end, as
hopefully
it turns out.
Things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the pretties were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Okay. Well, Succinctly put there.
She's not wrong.
Profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go
We
anywhere.
did get invaded, but apparently we recovered.
And we're out.
Are we? No,
You
we're
know, somewhere
not.
else in this building, in a tiny room.
Oh, Alex, one other. What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work for Junior, but. Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore.
Everyone in it is British, but I don't think it's necessarily the UK.
Oh, Alex, completely forgot what I was going to say. Blasted. You're lucky your Susie is outside the catchment area and exempt for today.
Do you reckon he's watching us somewhere? Laughing.
Jeremy? Are you watching?
Are you receiving us?
Are you fucking with us? Oh, right. So she can swear.
I think it is a fictional place. Oh, I got grade C. That's not bad. I've had one. I mean, everyone is wacky in the UK. Like, this isn't that insane.
So, Patrick and Robin are just going to grab her down and then get these generic links on the autocue to glue it all together.
They do know I have a Queen's View degree in journalism.
Don't you wish you'd studied something useful now, eh?
Just bring your daughter to work day. What a joke.
Where is our honoured guest?
Sitting around that boy band, Hotspot.
Heat rash. Hotspot when it lasts.
But yeah, that invasion wasn't an invasion. It was the
I hear the
disrupt
guns up with them. That's what
rebel
I do.
people.
Ah, there she is, and just in time too. It's 10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
What's it to you?
And we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch. And
I
the
remember
late
Lawrence
great Helen
Blunderclatch.
Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team, George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
God, I hate it.
I can't deconstruct it.
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
No, Dick, I'll kill you. Think of Saturn.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison. I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, lost it all.
Here's a map.
What's a map?
Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky three-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner, this is the key.
We could shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down. Yes, we could shut it down.
But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
Which career I chose?
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey? Thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The robots were alright, I guess.
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short
Did I?
now in Western Square, who I believe
I don't
has got
remember
the
that.
star of the show.
I'm going to have to play it through again. I don't know if I'll stream it again because I don't know how exciting it is to watch someone play.
Western Square,
But
the man who needs no introduction.
I'll definitely be playing it again.
How
to see what changes.
Magical, absolutely magical. My most dear friends all gathered here to celebrate my work. One really couldn't ask for much more. Good one.
Well, on that note, with award season just around the corner, are you hoping to add to your collection for a third time?
Well, I really couldn't say. But if the
during one of the
association
story
deigned
segments.
to honour me for a fourth time, so be it. It's really not for me to say. But let's just say that I know of 3 little gold men who are getting around.
I think I want to play it through twice more. Once being like
And each more deserved
100% for the government, and once being 100% against the government, because I've kind of been sitting on the fence a lot in this playthrough, like trying to please everybody.
The Stephen Spellman.
And I'd like to see what difference it
I said,
makes.
Stephen, you know, this really has been quite the ride. Did you know what he said? He agreed with me.
Wow! And what do you attribute your success to?
Well, if we're talking actual numbers, I'd have to say 60% talent, 30% looks, and 10% passion, brackets general. Not to mention the incredible coverage on election night. That really was the start of it all. That and my own range of sick bags. Lawrence's chum to catch.
Wow.
I often replay games. I like playing games
Really
multiple
delight talking
times.
to you as always. Thank you so much.
Especially games with choices in. Like the first time I play it through,
Bannon should be with Lil C
just as it is.
that doesn't
Like
involve
just with the
vomit.
choices I make. And then second and third times I play through, or subsequent times I play
Billy
through.
Bob Jean Short, and surely you recognize my young
Billy Bob Jean Short!
sensation, Lil D.
Her
Little C colours album.
I play through like with goals in mind.
Lil C, is she?
She's around. She's not been feeling
Like, I'm currently, I mean not right this second obviously, but I'm playing through Red Dead Redemption again, trying to get low on her.
Her internal soul, praise Craglaw.
Praise Cragler.
Wow. But is she coming just because we've got some questions for her?
Well, she might be along later, but as our legal and spiritual guardian, I'll be happy to answer all any questions on her behalf.
And Lil D, was it? Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel great.
Well, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Little C, and you could be too.
Really?
Little C's new line launches tonight. This is one of my favourite looks. It's called... Ah! Oh, what a unique name. Hard to spell, though.
But of course, Lil C is basically fashion royalty now, with a veritable clothing empire to her name.
Yeah, well, the label's gone from strength to strength since our initial TV launch on this very show, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So really, we have all you to thank for all this. You know, this hat cost more than my second jet. Feel that? Feel that?
Yes, it's a nice hat.
Person.
And Forbes magazine has named me the youngest self-made success story ever.
And do you have any advice for anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Absolutely. All you need to succeed on your own is your family's financial backing and pre-existing fame. It's not rocket science, people.
Oh,
I mean,
but
she's
in
not
sad
wrong.
News, am I right that Lil C is going to be retiring from music?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sure you can imagine.
How do you know I haven't got my
25,
cowboy hat on?
She's far too old for pop music now. She can't keep up with these young stars. So, her best-of album is out now, and she's touring that later this year. And then, her farewell tour the year after that. And that's her last chance to see her.
Maybe
So,
I do.
Until
Maybe I
the
do.
reunion tour, and then the classic tour after that. But it's been a long and varied career, as you can imagine. She's very, very proud.
Oh, and if her health's bad, then maybe it's for the best.
What's wrong with her health? Oh, yes, her health. Her poor health. It's surprisingly expensive treatments. Curse you, Zaytan! Damn your intergalactic justice!
Why are we cursing Zeta? I've been focusing on the waves.
Well, we better be letting you get back. Those babies aren't going to sell themselves, or possibly at all. Billy Bob, Lil C, D, thank you so much for joining me, and do pass our best wishes to Lil C.
Who? Oh,
Now it looks like Robin is with a music
Oh,
legend
Health
who actually is irreplaceable. Is that who I think it is, Robin?
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, how are you?
Yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm great. No thanks to you, silencing
Again.
me, silencing the truth.
Are you referring to your attempt to incite violence against the democratically elected leaders of this country on live TV?
Yeah, exactly. And instead of being held a visionary, my management and agent, they all dropped me.
Oh, no.
But you can't break me when you didn't make me, you understand? See, I'm the voice, I'm the hope. You can lock me up, call the doctors, but only the moon.
He sounds like every
Don't
rapper
judge me.
ever.
So, what have you been up to since your team cut ties with you?
You know, keep building, keep moving. I'm actually working on a track right now. Written, recorded, directed, all by myself.
Can we hear a bit of it?
Well, no.
I know I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure the people at home would love to as well.
Yeah, sure, of course. Give me the mic. Yo. The news tried to shut my mouth, but it won't be long until they go south. Cause my name's Big J and you can't stop me. See, no censorship can stop me. Yeah, see, that's all I've got at the moment.
Did you just rhyme me with me?
No! Daddy promised this wouldn't happen again. You're supposed to clap and say, well done, Julian, well done.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you.
Well done, Julian. Well done.
Now, ask people that question, and I'll walk away nicely.
Is it true that you're heir to a hotel chain?
What? Where did you hear that?
And that you're very much alive parent, apparently on the run for massive financial holiday.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry,
said he was
trying to censor me.
like brought up in an orphanage. No, not an orphanage. It was a
Jesus there, who really does
charity
seem
shop.
to be going from strength to
He was raised in a
something.
charity
There
shop.
are just so many stars here tonight, Megan. It really is the who's who of whatever here. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with someone rather special. I hope you're not too jealous, Megan. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Charity shop, yeah, that's a real
From your
thing.
generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Go on, try me.
Well, Bumbalonk is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jayza
Charity
is
shop
a discount
sells
London
second-hand
wanker
stuff,
who should have
and
died
then
the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
the profits
You
go
agree
to
with
charity.
me? No, you're right. I don't like your opinions. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with.
I love that they're still calling this poor
He's
person Patrick.
absolutely buzzing here, Megan. The anticipation is killing us. But a little birdie's told us that any moment now we should get a glimpse of someone incredibly popular with our viewers. A favourite destination for many of the fans. Yes, the Mayor of Bumley will be arriving
The
literally
Mayor of
any second.
Bumley? Oh,
No sign of him yet,
God.
but as you can tell, the atmosphere here really is something else.
Too much interference. I don't like it.
Patrick Bannon, NNN, what's it been like since Bumley got so popular?
Well, it's been wonderful. The tourism numbers have exploded thanks to the marketing campaign. Investors have ploughed millions into the town. We've got more Bumleyan jobs. It's brought more Bumleyan homes. We're all very grateful. Of course, it's not all bums and roses. It's almost impossible to get a good look at the whole these days. The crowds are unbelievable. It's a bloody marvellous hole.
And how have you found public service?
There's a lot of bum in
Well, to be
Bumley,
frank with
you're
you,
not
It's
wrong.
been the greatest honour of my life to serve the town that I love so dearly. From the banks of the graceful Taint to the quiet elegance of the vomit-soaked car park outside the 24-hour petrol station. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, a gift, And I can't thank the mayor enough for all he's done.
Let's talk to the mayor now.
Oh, that's not
Sir,
the
can
mayor.
you tell us a bit of what it's like to be elected to such a
It's
prestigious
like we're back
office?
in Scarlet Hollow.
And do you have any words for your legions of fans out there?
Who thought there would be a link
But
between Scarlet
blistering
Hollow
honesty from the Right Honourable
and this
Peanut
game?
T. Fortescue there, and his PA.
A proclamation. Quickly, fetch a policy bag. Yes, sir. We'll get it ratified at once.
Well, there you have it, Megan. What an honour to literally see local government at work there. I'm still in shock. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance.
That achievement
And the
is called the
automated
bumliest
really
of
does seem
times.
to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, "and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through," the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen anything unusual there?
Well, I thought I saw some leprechauns in the green room, but I think it might have been someone's kids. But I know, they just keep coming.
They're the two that were down in that hole.
Brains, I suppose. It's Dr. David
Um,
Roth and
Dante's
Dr.
Taint.
is also here. We have been following your flight so closely on our show over the last few years. What's it like to be back on dry land?
It's so wonderful. I'm still not used to it. Every time I see the sun, I want to just scream out in joy.
It's like,
I'm grateful
what's her
every
surname?
day to your viewers for their
Svorsborg and
support.
Horgenster?
Without them, well, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, it's fine.
And am I right in thinking that you two have a lovely little boy together?
Dante's 3 now, and he's gorgeous.
Oh, what a beautiful family.
Not since she left me.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to.
It's fine.
Oh, it's fine, is it?
I mean,
Well, what happened?
90% of British humour is based
the
on
normal story.
synonyms for genitals and
Sometimes things
orifices.
aren't as easy as they were when all you had was a key.
And
You
no
just have to
sooner
watch a
was
Carry
she
On
able to
film
see
to
me
see
in
that.
Daylight, then she was zooming off with a moron.
Oh, she's not a moron. She's a doctor.
A dermatologist is not a doctor.
So sorry about this.
I'm sure she's got lovely skin, but forgive me if I don't ask her to do a coronary artery bypass.
If you carry on eating those pies, you might have to.
Here we go again. Huh? Very good. We can't all have pores as clean as hers, can we?
At least she doesn't have a PhD in biomechanics.
You take that back.
Well, thanks to you both for pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Arsehole.
Crikey! Well, the movie's about to start, so Patrick and I are about to share a box of overpriced popcorn. Back to you, Megan.
Thanks, Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, eh, Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages. I still go to the cinema.
You should get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
Yeah, I've got a video recorder. It's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No uneven as train.
You went to the cinema? What did you see?
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better? Alright, yeah.
There's 4 John
Gotta get
Wicks?
set up for heat rash. I think Ronnie's on something.
And there he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high.
Who knew? I didn't even know there'd been a second one.
He's a stupid cunt. And just like what you wish you wouldn't.
We seem to be a bit bunched up at end.
Oh, don't worry. It's so cool.
It's what now?
It's
Oh, here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello, hi.
This is her. This is Stacey.
well. Hello there, Stacey.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room. Whatever. Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
Cohesiveness is an alien concept.
No.
Every day, across these
No what?
territories, neighbours support neighbours, and friends reach out to friends.
No.
Strengthening and protecting each
Thank
other
you.
through
Hey.
collaboration
And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
as one.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
No, Cole.
Fucking right, Noko.
What's that? What's no?
Bring in 5.
It is exactly Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, yes.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan,
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean. God, you're so fucking embarrassing. Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's so cool, Preeti.
He's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
And you must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for team player.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Prodance was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co, Ronnie. Yeah, no co, Ronnie.
I'm sorry, what does no-co mean?
Ah, it's the opposite of SoCo.
Obviously, it's the opposite of Soko.
Fuck's sake. SoCo.
Yeah.
So cohesive. You pretees say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault, she's uneven.
So, you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So, how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on team
Oh,
players.
Mr.
We all
Censor.
auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
it's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts when we work in harmony.
And occasionally singing it.
So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found under the bin somewhere.
Actually,
to
I
perform.
write the song.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated. Yeah?
Mum.
What?
No co. Pretty, so no co.
The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
You mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that? Would you please stop saying
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no? That's just...
I thought you were Soko.
Yeah, I am Soko.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a preteen, Mum? What's a preteen?
I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you pretees.
Mimi. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi. See?
Is that so?
Yes, obviously. Yes, obviously.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co, bricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
Soko, Stacey. Soko.
we've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song
Oh,
from
have I got to
Girls
do
and Why We
another
Love Them All called
timed
Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real
changes
relationship I
thing?
had with an actual girl.
Oh,
back
Nolan,
when I
give
was-
it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry. Christ.
Right, you are.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart.
Why can't we all
Are you
just get
excited,
along?
Stacey?
Not for me, no.
But they're
I
no-co.
listen to blip music and a bit of just
No-co pretees.
pop music. Is...
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, the newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh?
Oh God, what?
Whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
I saw you standing by the menu center with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you?
No-co means not cool.
You took the first of the pieces of my heart. We wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka and stank. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington Smith.
That was very no-co of you.
Of the loves that didn't last, and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me aside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today.
Can't keep with the beat. The beat keeps changing. Oh, they stood up.
All the way through incisors, we held each other.
They're so Westlife.
Fell apart. We took a train through all the territories and we threw away the rules and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces of my heart. I didn't know that life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last. I leave them there, the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride.
you, Newcrash. That was actually really good. Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight, and I've actually.
I would quite like to see the behind the scenes of how they made all this.
Take you now. I have no idea what she's going to say. So fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just
Yep,
in case.
I'm on it.
Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so... Anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings. The food was bad. Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And
Luckily,
yes,
I don't have to pay much
as you'd
attention to the
imagine,
realness because I'm too busy
there
with
was
the
a lot of-
sine wave.
some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff. Okay. Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. They had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life, got better. Because
No, I
finally,
haven't watched the final
there was enough
products
money
yet.
to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go Getters, and on Liberation
So I think
Night,
I've missed a
that gave me
lot
group
of the
friends
story
that I
because
could
I've
talk
been
with
concentrating
when the bombs went
too
off and the
hard.
power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team.
But what I'm picking up from her,
So
maybe
here's my final
Advance
thought.
aren't all bad.
I know the people who are doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer, but what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me. And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Thank you, Stacey, for that. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's keep making.
Wrong button. Wrong button.
And we're out.
We're not. Oh my word, I was bad at the end there.
I think you might have actually given them something to think about.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then.
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
Something that speaks from
Growing on me.
your hearts.
Yeah,
An
she
original
does that.
composition of cooperation and cohesiveness.
I got an A even though I messed it up at the end.
Steadfast society.
Oh no, Stacey isn't adopted. She was... They said she was foster daughter?
Take your anthem and, if possible, arrange it for a modern 39-piece chamber orchestra or 44-voice choir. The entries will be judged by acclaimed
Yeah, she was
composer
foster
Jonathan
daughter.
Williamson, responsible for the soundtracks to
C, B, A, B overall. Fair enough. I just stretched to turn my light on, if that helps. I got my full wages. Yeah. I wonder how long it is. Keep expecting it to end, and it doesn't end. You once again find yourself sitting inside Bozeman's office. Everything is pristine and orderly, just how the fastidious man likes it. There's already been a nuclear apocalypse. Millions died. And most people are now sterile. It's like 87% of people are sterile, they said, because of all the nuclears. Oh, you missed that right at the beginning. It's rare for him to be late. The door opens behind you just as you start to imagine the reasons why. Ah, Alex, thank you for waiting. Yeah, our daughter, Alex and Sam's daughter had a miscarriage and was told she'll probably never conceive again. Because nuclears. It's been almost 6 years since you started working with us, Alex. A lot has happened in that time. 6 years. A lot has happened in that time. From the unfortunate incident with Mr. Donaldson to the disrupt attack on this very building. He pauses to look at you. You meet his gaze. All the work you've done in that time has been exceptional. Not to mention your dedication and enthusiasm around the office. So I'm delighted to inform you that you've been approved for a promotion. As of today, you will now be a senior broadcast engineer. Bozeman is beaming at you. Thank you. I was a cleaner 6 years ago. Of course, in addition to the pay rise, the role comes with additional responsibilities and you'll have to work longer hours going forward. But you'll now be the primary engineer for weeknights. This time we may even put you in charge of engineering more shows for Channel 1. You have a bright future ahead of you, Alex. Congratulations. Oh, am I not doing the news anymore? Now, get back to work. Said with a smile, you're pretty sure he's joking, but it is Bozeman after all. So you thank him again and head back to your studio. You might be able to start working on other shows. What could the future hold? A foregone conclusion. It's been snowing all day, and unlike everybody else, you've stayed inside as much as possible, keeping warm. That's what I normally do when it snows. I like watching it, I don't like being in it. Normally, you enjoy the snow, but today it's been nothing more than an irritant. Still, tomorrow you've got the day off, and might actually be able to enjoy it. Sam always gets excited when they see the snow. When they were younger, they'd always wrap the kids up and take them out to play in it. It's been a while since that happened though. The new place still doesn't feel quite as cosy, especially as you can't afford to put the heating on. Why would I like making snow angels? That involves lying down in the snow. That's insane. Sam bustles in from the cold, carrying some groceries. I could use a hand, please. Lots of stairs from here to the car. Their arms are full and they're clearly struggling to get everything to the kitchen. But then, you've been at work all day, and they've spent most of it at home, as usual. Of course I'll help. I'm not a dick. As you rush over to help them with their bags, Sam shoots you a grateful smile. I got most of it, there's just a couple more left downstairs. The frigid cold of the snow makes you feel alive. Ugh, I don't like being cold. You head out, getting most of the way to the lift before you remember it's out of order. When you grab the bags, you realise Sam has picked up everything to make fajitas, your favourite. Oh, I do like fajitas. Clearly it's not all bad. You forget the weather and the unpaid bills as you cook in your delightfully tiny kitchen, laughing together like you used to. For the first time since moving in, you think, as Sam flicks sour cream across the table at you, you're making happy memories again. Money isn't everything. Oh, I love snow if I don't have to go out in it. Snow's awesome if I can stay inside and look at it. Snow isn't nice if I have to go outside or drive in it. It's been over 13 years since your dad died. You've visited his grave a few times since then, normally during times of stress, or when you're trying to figure something out, or when you just want some peace and quiet. Today is no different. You feel Sam's hand on your shoulder giving you a reassuring squeeze. You're grateful they're still here with you. Just having them by your side always seems to make things easier. The caw of a raven catches your attention as it flies away. Skiing or snowboarding? Well, we don't, not really. We don't really have anywhere to do it. We've got some indoor ski slopes. We've got some dry ski slopes. We've got a few mountains up in Scotland where you can sometimes ski, but it's not really a thing. You have to go abroad to do it. So it's kind of a rich people thing. Charlie was only 8 when his grandfather died. He didn't really appreciate how big the loss was at the time, but as he got older, you did your best to pass on what your dad taught you. But now he's all grown up, he's actually starting to teach you, which is strange, but in the nicest way. You're proud of the man he's now become. Yeah, rich people on their skiing horses. Susie, despite everything she's been through, is still a rock for the rest of you. She'll be a great mother to the twins. They couldn't have found a more loving home. The twins? Has she adopted them then? There have been a lot of arguments over the years, but you wouldn't change a thing. You're still amazed at how far your daughter has come. She's one of the best things in your life. Your relationship with Chris has always been a bit up and down, but of late, you actually seem to be getting along. It makes a nice change, and has certainly made life easy with Sam. But that's family. You've got to take the good with the bad. She may be in an, albeit expensive, care home now, but it's still comforting to know your mother is back. Oh, I was wondering if she was still around. We hadn't heard anything about her for a long while. Even if she barely recognises you anymore, her presence is always reassuring. You could do with that now. You turn away and wander in the direction of the car. You can't control life, what happens, who lives, and who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown at you next. What is life, if not a series of little decisions that define us? And we'll never know which ones would take us one way and which would bring us here. It's true. You don't know what impact your decisions will have. Oh, I got an achievement, family orientated. I wonder if I could have alienated my kids and Sam and my mum and just ended up all alone at that point. Thanks. I was trying to I've been playing this trying to keep literally everybody happy. I've been trying to keep the rebels happy, the government happy, all my family happy, everybody happy. Sometimes you get achievements just for getting to a certain place in the story though. Am I happy? I don't know. Oh.
Alex, good evening.
Hello.
That time again. Best not to focus on the problems and all that. Let's just get started. But just so you know, the problems with your equipment continue unabated. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. I'm sure you'll manage without issue. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX.
Disruptive returns.
Make sure to use them to keep the show lively. Cheers.
Cheers. It is a difficult question to answer. I don't know.
And tonight, the former singer
I
is
think
asking Dr. Adrian Atkinson
in the
Bryony
position
what she's been up to since the
that I'm
cancellation
in,
Inside.
watching everything, I don't know if many people know more about what's going on than this person.
Okay.
No worries.
How old are you then, Cole?
Okay, here we go. Big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year, but it's actually this year. It's brilliant.
You're 44. I'm going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening and welcome.
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan, and I'm joined, as always, by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we?
Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited.
I'd say I'm about at 12, Megan.
On the excitement scale?
Yeah, exactly. We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up.
We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Rankley, who will be cooking up a store.
We'll be announcing the winners of our big
Patrick's doing well.
And we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Proof. And I'll even be showing you how to make your own Leaders' Day gifts. We've got all of that and so much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
Coming to you live from the Channel 1 buildings in the heart of the capital. It's The Nightly Show.
It is not easy being Alex. Alex basically decides the fate of the country, I think.
Right, let's have some applause on the way into the next section.
Paces by Chef Jordan Rankley. But first, we know you love them, so Robin's going to give us an update on our lovely Nightly Show pets in Pet Corner.
Oh, it's like Blue Peter.
Well, Megan, first up we have our hamster, Lord Cheeks. Now, he's a squat winter grey with the scientific name Adipem stultus, and he lives here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches in their cheeks for storing food. He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now, hamsters are nocturnal, so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can... Well, the door has been left open. It looks as though Lord Cheeks has actually gone for a little wander. But I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say
Oh, are they
hello
actually
to our
accidentally going to cook him?
Now, after last month's viewer vote, she is now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hibernate. Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. Oh.
Is she dead?
Those are our Nightly Show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Sorry! Too many clappings. Hey, Lilith!
I hope you're hungry, because if not, you're
I have
about to
no
be
idea what's
happy
going on.
burgers with
Welcome.
Chef Jordan Rankley, and they're going to be showing us how to knock up a delicious apple pie. It's time to go into the kitchen.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
I love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh. It's none about all the arseholes. Yes?
Sorry?
What?
So, you own 6 restaurants, you've been awarded 9 Ballon Massifs across your career, and you've worked alongside the best chefs in the world. Tonight you've got me. Oh, are you worried?
Am I fucking worried? Are you worried? Are you fucking
Basically,
worried?
this game is controlling how everybody sees the news.
Today, chef.
So, we've got a family over for Leaders' Day. They're hungry. We're going to make them a delicious apple pie.
Ooh, lovely.
It's got sweetness, it's got the acidity of the fruit, and then get the richness of that pastry. Incredible.
Wow, okay, so where do we start?
Oh, it's
So we're gonna start by making our
definitely
filling.
chaos.
So we've got about 1 kilogram of fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And we're going to slice these up perfectly. And then straight into the pan.
So, your new show, Demon Kitchen Heart Eater, starts on Friday here on Channel 1. So, tell us about that.
So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing?
What?
Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck, you'll lose a fucking finger.
Oh, don't worry, I've got spares.
So much censoring.
So, once we've done that, we set these aside whilst we make the pastry. Yeah?
Yep. Oh. Yeah? Okay. Sugar, butter. We mix that together and then a whole egg.
Okay, egg.
What are
This
you
is a really
doing,
fun game,
fucking
but I'm not
donkey?
sure it's ideal for streaming because you can't really
Oh, no, chef.
concentrate on talking.
Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough. just
While
like
you're
that.
trying to broadcast to the nation.
What does the notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind?
Shit in bed.
Yeah.
What's that? What is that?
Well, it's a bit lumpy.
Lumpy? It could fucking pass for a sack of spuds. Touch that. Touch it. Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling.
Okay.
Apples, sugar, cinnamon.
So, you own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite?
I feel like this is like Saturday Kitchen.
Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner?
Oh.
Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, now we're rolling out 2/3.
I missed some swears.
Bit of flour into the dish.
The filling goes next,
No,
right?
no, I don't want to do that. Oh my god.
Then we're taking the remaining pastry, rolling that into a round, and that goes on the top. Beautiful.
Lovely, okay.
Right. Push a bit of water around the rim.
So many things.
Now press gently all the way around.
I've got it on easy as
And
well.
we're cutting 5 slashes very carefully with steam, and then brushing the whole thing with a beaten egg.
Lovely, okay. Egg. Ta-da!
That looks
What do you think?
great.
Oh my god. You, come here, you. That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyeballs up my fucking arse than look at that. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after a fucking shit-kicking contest, do you understand?
Then it goes in the oven for 45 minutes.
Oh, put your fucking head in the oven while you're at it. Useless. You, come here, you. You're the worst fucking thing to happen to food since cyanide. Do you know that?
Are you not
I tell you what.
a top chef
Fuck
though,
off.
Lilith?
Get the fuck out of here.
Ah.
Fuck off.
Okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will be announcing the winners of our competition. Visions of the Future.
A bit more audience reaction would be nice, Alex.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
If you want to follow along at home, then make sure you write in with a stamped, addressed envelope and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition.
Yes,
Oh, it's
we
Vision on
challenged
now.
You to show us your predictions of the future, and we were just inundated with entries, weren't we?
I do
Megan?
feel sorry for
From
Americans
wacky
watching this
inventions,
because
global problem solving.
Oh, sorry.
They are all amazing.
Because
and we
this
had the
is
best time looking through each one.
such a British game.
Narrowing it all down, so we have some amazing runners up. In 3rd place, drum roll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly.
So Vision on.
Still life and the future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face or perhaps a cat. But I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, of course, he loves focusing on the negative space rather than the image itself.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and such talent from one so young, Megan. But next up we have our 2nd place entry. So in 2nd, drum roll please, we have Keith, 41 from Dungleys. Yeah, Keith, you are sort of aiming this towards our younger viewers, but still, he has sent in his idea of the future, which he's calling
ravaged Earth.
Indeed, he says in his really rather detailed notes, deprived of basic resources, society will resort to a brutal system of weekly battles to the death, where only the victor may breed. He also said that bottom here, either that or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see.
Yeah, I have to fight my perfectionist side as well.
And then what
I have to remember that
is Keith himself.
starting and doing a bit of something is better than not doing anything.
Oh, Keith. Maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, she might not have left.
Special one there. And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality every day. And the winner is, drum roll please.
Drum roll.
You're 8 years old and you are from Smugly. We absolutely love your picture here. People's Parade. You've got folks walking together, just really celebrating the diversity of our society.
You've got people with all different flags, people celebrating their religion and their bodies, and there's even a game of sports board happening over here.
Sports board?
Overzealous littering. It's hard
That's
to tell.
everyone's favourite
A
game.
little bit of a dance, getting involved in the party. Oh no, this one seems to have gone a bit haywire in what I can only assume is an ominous sign of things to come. Lovely Lola.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep sending them in, and yours could be displayed
Sports
in our
board.
gallery here.
It's
Well done
the
again
only
to
game
everyone who
worth
took part.
being interested
We're going
in.
to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll be playing the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade gifts.
She
Don't go
wasn't
away.
talking anymore.
We'll be back after this.
That's the break. 1 minute back. Let's
Ah!
use all of this.
Right.
Forgot to go to break.
This mix is getting even worse for wear, Alex. I expect things will be more challenging in this next segment.
Ah!
Be careful. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Not like all we're putting out actually matters anymore.
I'll get cards arranged for you both. Find me when you're done and I'll take you out through the loading bay.
D?
D? Today, a daily record of 4% fertility. Dwarfed, however, by a massive 9% fertility rate here in Territory 2, who saw an unbelievable 191 births today. Though a nasty cold snap brings bitter winds overnight, so not all sunshine and rainbows. No rainbows in sight over Territories 3
To be
and
fair,
4,
you guys
as a
were
Category
distracting
2
me with
score
chat,
warning,
so I'm blaming
which will
you
advise
for
our
the
residents to
poor
spend their
grade.
leaders' weekend indoors. Though we're sure the happy
Chocolate
parents of the 12
digestives.
new children in Territory 3 will be thanking their lucky stars for an
Once.
excuse to stay home. Though, of course, nothing to do with stars. More of a hot air, cold air thing. Next, this front of warm smiles heads across Territory.
It's playing havoc with the sound. It's bad out there. We're being stretched again. Have to use a high-pass filter.
As they also
It's a revolution, Colin. Well, can you ask them to keep it down a bit?
Jenny, where's Glyn? Can we get him out here? I'm not sure about this grandma one.
Oh, he's writing with our other guests at the moment.
I just wouldn't say grandma.
And clear blue sky.
Yes, grandmother's arsehole. That's much better.
Oh, okay, everyone, if I could have your attention, please. Sarah just needs a word.
Apparently there's been some sort of disturbance near the studio. Now, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but I wanted to let you know that I've asked for extra security, and they're already on their
Oh,
way.
here we go, guys.
Okay, 10 seconds, so positions and pose.
Buckle up.
Okay, this time you've said it.
It might get
5,
rocky.
4, 3.
Has the audience gone to sleep? Remember the SFX buttons.
We can't wait to taste Patrick's pie.
Oh, I don't know, I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven.
Oh.
Well, it does look amazing. Jordan, how did our Patrick do?
Well, let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Well, thank you for that. Well, come on, try it. Dig in. Okay. Whew.
Look at them not actually taking any. Oh.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
And a little glass of comfort for Robert, I think.
But now you better go and get ready for that next feature.
Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests. But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. Well observed, viewers, well observed. Well then, I better bring her out.
One for the state of the nation. And one for me.
Best-selling author, lawyer and thinker. I mean, she's only the bloomin' team leader. It's Julia Salisbury!
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury.
Oh, welcome, Julia! Oh, so good to see you.
Oh, Megan, you look incredible.
Stop it, I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time to head over to Robin and Patrick as we play Wheel of Truth.
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break them.
That's right, Robin. They're going to spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from box of flies to slap my face. They really have no idea.
Lovely.
So up first we have Jordan. Let's give it a spin.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib. Jordan, is it true that you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking?
It's one fucking time.
One time. Well, I think if that pie was anything to go by, you did them a favour.
Oh, not so fast there, Julia. Fact or fib? We've heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my God!
Go on, why don't you tell us about it?
You absolutely no. Okay, well, so don't judge me, okay? What I do is, oh God, I'm going to lose my job over this.
Oh, we're all friends here, come on.
Oh, okay. So I only have one bra.
Sorry, I'm concentrating.
Okay? And so one day a week I wash it, and on that day I can't wear it.
No! Honestly, raise my taxes. We're clearly not paying you enough.
Come to my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Oh, are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
I'm not blushing. Come on then, you, Julia. Spin the bloody wheel.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. It's Guess That Face. I'm going to show you a picture and you simply have to
Guess that face.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. Julia. Oh, who's that?
Oh my God!
Is that you?
Yes. Look, it was a very difficult time fashion-wise.
That hairdo is fucking hilarious.
No, don't. I think it's sweet.
The mullet is as popular now as it's ever been.
Oh, well, don't get too ahead of yourself there. Jordan, who is this? Does that look familiar at all?
Oh, wow! Well, I'm glad I was getting fashion advice from someone who managed to make 7 look like 85.
Just wanted to doctor ordered.
I look like I'm haunting the fucking place.
Bozeman's just getting drunk there. I'm carrying this thing.
Jordan, let's have another spin.
Do you know, this game is absolutely amazing. Like I say, probably not the best for streaming because I'm not able to interact with you guys much.
Yeah, it's fact or fish.
Because there's
Okay, if you look
too
under the
much
podium,
going
you'll
on.
find a lovely fish smoothie.
But
now I'm going to ask you both a question, and all you have to do is answer it honestly, or else you'll have to drink the smoothie. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for the question? Yes. Here we go. Which of your esteemed hosts is the more talented one?
well, so long as you're having a grand old time, that's good.
Oh, what a cop out!
How is it? How is it?
Oh, we made it extra fishy.
Oh yeah, you have to imagine my face because my camera can't cope. with being on at the same time as this game.
Julia, take a look in that box under your desk there.
Oh. Is that that's the hamster from earlier, right?
I think Lord Cheeks was trying to get in on the game. Bless him.
Julia, what have you got in that box? It's not cheese, is it?
Another one, Mr. Bozeman. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Bozeman.
Balls? What am I supposed to do with these?
Well, give it a go for us.
But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Come on. Do it. Do it.
I won't
Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, she's doing it. She's fucking doing it.
Impressive, I have to say, unexpected. Wow, gosh, that was our game of Wheel of Truth, and my God, wasn't that fun?
Okay.
That hit the spot.
But now it's time to head over to Megan in Crafty Corner.
You taking the piss now?
That's right, you join me in Crafty Corner, where today I'm going to be ably assisted by Julia. Come on over here. Goodness me, I don't know how you're keeping your dinner down. I can still smell that fish.
Well, to be honest, I've had worse. I used to eat at Peter Clement's house.
Oh, well, I hope you've got your artsy hat on, because today we're going to be making something very close to my heart. It's our little studio. Look at that. Isn't it adorable?
Suddenly gone very Blue Peter again.
Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, is that all you?
I mean, you say absurd and hyperbolic, but this is like...
Oh, I don't know about you, Julia, but I always...
This is British television, Villa. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, luckily these make amazing gifts. Shall we get cracking?
Oh, well, not much left in the bottle. Maybe not too...
Here, and Julia, that's it. Grab those scissors. I just want you to get rid of
I mean,
this front
we don't have much telly like this anymore, but this is definitely what British telly was like when I was a kid.
We show our love through food, like big dinners, loads of drinks.
Absolutely right. That's the best bit about any holiday. It's all that food.
This bit as well.
Absolutely right. Cutting along the line there. Do be careful with the scissors at home. Make sure you're being supervised if you are a child. There we go. Fabulous. Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this, and I've got one here I made earlier.
Taskmaster is the best programme on telly ever.
To match
It's true.
our lovely curtains here in the studio, but you can obviously have whichever backdrop you like.
Like a nice shiny gold number.
Well, exactly right. So we're going to make bits of our set now to put in the studio, perhaps a little desk. So I'm just going to grab this piece of card. I've just got it from a little cereal box packet. I think you... I'll give you this one, Julia. Shall I?
Thank you
There
so
you go.
much.
And all you need to do is cut along the lines there. Fabulous. So what's the best part of any Leaders' Day dinner, do you reckon?
I don't even have to think about it. Really? I love the 3 potato pie.
Oh, we all love the 3 potato
I don't
pie.
know that one. You know, with the chips covered in the mash or wrapped up in a jacket potato. Is that just me that does that?
I don't know, but that sounds starchy. Well done, Julia. So now she's folding over a little bit there. What it's going to look like at the end is this little rectangular shape there. And we're going to pop it in the middle. Bit of sticky tape on the back there so it sticks down. Now we need a sofa. That's what we need next. We're going to make that out of a lovely paper cup. Have fun down there. Knocking it all over.
I got one though, Megan.
Good. Along the line here, down the middle. Exactly right. Then when you've done that, around the bottom and again around the top. Well done. When you're done,
oh, there we go.
It's going to look a little something like this. And look what I've done there. I've stuck some felt down. Nice and comfortable sofas.
Yes, can't have our tiny Megan having an uncomfortable sofa, can we?
Absolutely not.
She'll be on the phone to her tiny agent and getting someone tiny fired.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing missing, isn't there, Julia? What is that?
A higher calibre of guests.
Nearly. It's people. So all we've done to make our little people is we've stuck a cocktail stick into a bottle cap. We just need a face for that now. I've got a good one here. I know it well. It's me. I'm going to stick it down there. A little bit of sticky tape. Oh, my felt's going everywhere. There we go. Oh, I'm a bit lonely. Let's take Robin and Patrick over. Sitting down on the couch over there.
There you go. And well, I'll make myself just comfortable just there. Yeah, there we go.
And these, of course, are all made and cut out of our favourite newspapers or magazines. You can have any guests you like. Julia, is there anyone else you'd like in a studio?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to be playing Wheel of Truth with Ronnie from Heat Rash.
Not Ronnie from Heat Rash.
Yes, he's going to be teaching me choreography, and I'll be teaching him foreign policy.
And of course you can decorate them however you want. Perhaps you're a bit, I don't know, nostalgic for the old look of our studio. We've got the blue studio down there. Or even a bit of retro red. I've got Sheila Quickstep being interviewed there by... Sorry, that's not supposed to be...
Oh, Mama, that's place. Oh, bloody hell, this is still on.
Time for a break. When we come back, I'll be on the couch of chat talking to some of you, and I just cannot wait. We'll be back after these messages.
Why do we bother, Alex? What's the point? It's not like this is even close to journalism anymore. How did I let it get this far?
Oh.
Biography Advancements by Julia Salisbury is now available for all.
And I can breathe.
The Uneven Past, are lovingly narrated by national treasure Lawrence Blummy.
Should we be worried? We've got the Prime Minister here.
It's good that she's here. She's the reason for the extra security.
Are we going to need it?
Possibly. They're back.
It's not very reassuring.
I know. Good thing I'm not your mum, right?
It's kind of, I feel like it's like an amalgam of like all the quality like olden days shows, and some of it, like there was a bit of Saturday Kitchen in there was a bit of Blue Peter, there was some what do you call it, Vision On. It was all in there.
Injustice in the world.
All of British television.
As Portia Hamilton Mann lured my best friend into the convertible her daddy had bought her for Easter.
And I got a B, that's not bad.
To predict the perils of being the poorest post.
Oh, right. Stretches, breathing. Oh, let's do this again, folks.
Springs are huge in circuses and casinos. And brothels.
Right.
Everybody okay in here?
Yeah, we would be if you stopped asking us questions like that.
We're expecting troublemakers, but nothing serious. You might hear some noises, but it's nothing to be concerned about. The services know what they're doing.
So, nobody freak out with the shooting star, it's okay. The show must go on and all that. Tits and teeth. Oh, God, sorry.
Thank you, Jenny. Tits and teeth, armed and ready.
10 seconds, everybody. God,
Best in the business,
she
is.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the Nightly Show, where it's time for the Prime Minister to face the toughest critics in the territories. You lot out there.
Call us on the usual numbers with your questions for the Prime Minister.
First up, we have Humphrey from Hamble Bamble.
Oh, now it's like
I'm hoping to retire there.
Oh, good choice.
Are you there, Humphrey?
Oh. It's like going live or something now. Live and
We appear to
kicking.
have lost Humphrey. We'll try and get him back, but let's go to another call in the meantime. Who've we got next, Patrick?
Next up, we've got Mandy from Arsminster. Oh, I don't think I'll be retiring there.
Hi, Mandy. You're through to the Prime Minister. What's your question?
Hello? Mandy? What's going on, Jenny?
We try not to talk to the crew.
Jenny?
The lines are down.
Oh, well, call down to maintenance and get...
We can't. All the lines are down.
Uh-oh.
Well, apologies to our viewers at home. We seem to have a few technical gremlins making mischief behind the scenes. So while we're getting back up and running, Patrick has a couple of questions that were sent in by our viewers earlier this week.
Oh, yes. yes, no, of course I do. Well, our first question is from Trisha, who lives on Camera Avenue. And what she really wants to know
Lock the door! Don't! Lock the fucking...
Don't do this, CCO! Seal the doors! You're Jenny, aren't you? Come here. Don't be afraid, Jenny. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt anyone if we don't have to. All I want you to do is to keep the show on the air. Do you understand? Just do your job and everything will be all right, okay?
Don't be afraid, Jenny.
So this is Disrupt. They are
You
anti-government.
two, on your knees over there. Move! So, this is the famous couch of chat, eh?
I don't answer
There's a
questions
whole
at
storyline
gunpoint,
that's
Mr.
happened. You
James.
might want to watch the VODs if you're not going to play
You're
the
not at
game
gunpoint,
yourself,
Prime
because
Minister?
there's
There
a
you are.
lot to explain.
Please don't kill me, please. Nevertheless, if you think I'm going to answer to you, then I'm
Oh,
afraid
you don't
you're
have to answer to me, Julia. Are the doors locked and sealed?
Yes, sir. No one's getting in around.
Good. Good. All clear.
Good. Thank you. Yes, good.
No! That's Jeremy!
Hello, you.
I'm shooketh.
It would have only put you in their crosshairs, I'm sorry.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Yes. Keep the show going for me. Of course.
All right.
Let them go, Alan. There'll be no killing tonight. There'll be no killing tonight.
Oh, there's loads of drama in it.
Hello. Sorry, I don't think we've met. I'm Patrick Bannon.
Is that what you're
You're
telling yourself,
not
is it?
Patrick Bannon.
Is that what you're telling yourself, is it? Sorry for barging in. Hate what you've done with the place.
Me too. Would you like your spot?
It's yours now. You wear it well. So,
Oh, there is. I was not expecting there to be much story either. I thought it'd just be
I know
this
you know that. Oh, well, let's make use of the time we have then, eh?
crazy like time management
leave you to
game,
it then.
but
No.
the story is deep.
I think you should stay too.
For safety?
I think you should stay too. For balance. Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Let's welcome back the National Nightly News. Tonight I'm joined by probably the two most influential people in the country, if not the continent.
I mean, it
Let's
is
see if we
like
can't kick over a few rocks
80%
and see what's
knob
lurking
gags and bum
underneath.
jokes.
Prime Minister, if I could turn to you first.
I have nothing to hide.
Except that which is already hidden. Prime Minister, what is norethindrone? Prime Minister, what is norethindrone?
I beg your pardon?
Norethindrone. It's used in birth control, among other things. If you haven't heard of that, perhaps you could enlighten us in regards to Agrobacterium tumefaciens.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mr.
I
Donaldson.
don't know if I should
That's just
censor
a lack
this
of
stuff or
attention
not.
to detail, Prime Minister. It's a bacterium used in the genetic modification of an organism. And I found traces of both these substances in every single one of the menu centre food boxes that I've had analysed from across the territories.
I'm
if you like.
censoring bits of
What
it.
exactly are you suggesting?
I'm trying to toe the
suggesting
the
anything.
line of being in the middle of everything.
Pointing out the facts.
Oh my god. Is that why Kate and I can't have...
So you blamed it on the radioactive clouds from your bombs?
Before Stacey, we tried so many times.
Prime Minister, is there something wrong with the food? Is there something wrong with the food?
Ooh.
Fine. You want the truth? You think it'll help your viewers sleep at night? Well, here it is. 6 years ago, when we came to power, we had access to the real facts and figures. And they told us we were doomed. The population was expanding at an unsustainable rate. Within 50 years, we would be out of natural resources. We would war over fuel, and then inevitably food and clean water. it was no exaggeration to say that we were facing extinction. It was supposed to be.
It is very much
opt-out
like Papers, Please.
contraception, an end to unwanted children, a chance to rebalance. But something went wrong in the testing phase. Nature took over. I never wanted this.
So you covered it up and blame the sterility on the bombs.
Oh, please don't lecture me on morality, Mr. James. Your hands are far too dirty for that.
Disrupt only did what had to be done.
I don't know if I should be censoring this or not.
You'll just take us to an even more extreme version of where we were before. Your miserable policies.
Just censoring all the things.
I'm not the one who built the transition centres.
No, you're from a time where people didn't even have the basic right to choose how and when to die.
You turned children against their parents.
We enabled young people to speak up about the abuse that they were facing. And guess what? Most of that abuse came from within their own families.
Identity.
I think I'm supposed to like pick a side and censor one or the other. I'm just censoring all of it. I'm just like, nobody gets to say anything. Shush now, children.
It's too much. That's not for you to choose.
Well, if not me, then who? Who would choose it for themselves?
And isn't that at the heart of all this? You don't trust us to choose. You think you know best. You know what's good for us. And if we disagree with you, then you'll send us to betterment. That's why there's no.
I'm silencing everyone there. I'm not silencing this bit.
So there's no point.
There should be elections.
Elections have been suspended.
Time to unsuspend them then. If you want to carry on, you'll need a mandate. We have people ready to stand against you in every territory.
So, let's turn to you, Mr. James.
Yes. I want to assure the public that though Disrupt are occasionally forced to violent means, we are not.
Like I say, I'm going to have a
violent
playthrough on my own.
Yes, Jeremy?
Could you have this queued up for us, please?
Of
Jeremy, it'd be a pleasure.
Oh.
Is that from Disrupt leadership?
I'm going to have a playthrough of myself, by myself, of being completely on one side or on the other side.
If you were to also
Or
answer
both.
a question or two.
Of course.
But for this one,
When we come
I've
to
started
power,
being
one of the
down the
first
middle,
things
so
we'll
that's
do
what I'm
is
trying to
restore a
do.
free press. The truth is very important. No more hidden secrets.
If you say so. From whom do you take your orders, by the way?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're Disrupt's spokesman. But for whom do you speak?
Oh, I know you're just giving me a hard
It's too
time.
dangerous for me to say.
And at the end of the day, this is just a game. There's no right or
I don't share
wrong.
those concerns. You see, I've met with them almost 5 years ago now, back when I was a news anchor. And I also met with them a week ago.
And it's me playing. I can do whatever I like.
I think they wanted to check that I'd stick with the script, which really shows how little they know me. So this time, I wore a hidden camera.
Oh.
Would you like to see a little of what we discussed?
No, you can't. She'll have them arrested. They'll be dead by morning.
Not an unfair assessment.
Fortunately, it's not up to me.
Oh, it's up to me.
In the broadcast room. What screen, Jenny?
Screen 4.
No,
Yes or no, folks? Yes or no? Screen 4 or not screen 4?
Well, I would imagine mine will be doing their level best to ensure that Mr. Donaldson's footage gets the airing it deserves. After all, my security forces will be here soon, and I imagine this will end very badly for all of you.
Queued up and ready.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Alex, showing this will have consequences. For someone not showing it. It's up to you.
Ah!
Alex, you got us this far. Please don't fall at the last.
Ah!
Oh damn, glad I'm not making this choice.
Ah!
All the years of disrupting. You could make it all for nothing. Please, don't play that footage. Don't play that footage.
Oh, we only get to see it if I play it.
Alex didn't play it.
Really?
Oh.
They'll be locked out by now.
We risked our lives to be here tonight. I just brought down a fucking Prime Minister. All I had to was a fucking button.
But that's what you've never understood, is it, Mr. Donaldson? Just because the button's there doesn't mean it has to be pushed.
Just because the gun is there, you don't necessarily have to grab it.
Oh, but you have to push the button. You have to pull the thread. It's your fatal flaw.
No, it's not. It's what makes him great.
Not every story should be told, Jeremy.
We have a duty to the truth.
But there are so many truths.
Lighten the
I'm a
mood.
terrorist. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a raving lunatic.
I'm the woman who killed millions. I'm the woman who saved billions.
All of these things are true. But this program,
It is
and all
just
the others
instinct.
like it, they pick which truth to tell.
Basically, I hesitated and I hesitated too long, so I didn't really make a choice.
Achieve what we have seen here today.
We back neither Mr. James nor his organisation.
Peter hated how you'd bend the truth or show us only what you wanted us to see.
Showing those private conversations, it would have been a betrayal of trust.
Aren't you even a little curious to know what they have to say about you, Alan?
What's private is private. When they want me to know, I'll know. When they feel safe to come forwards, they will. It should be up to them. That's what freedom is supposed to mean. It's your life. You choose. That's what Disrupt want. Freedom. But not freedom from consequences. Nobody grows that way. We become sterile, like she made the rest of society. You should be in prison.
Oh, and by that token, so should you, Mr. James.
Fair censoring. If I censor one, I censor both.
Election night will be 12 weeks from tonight. I believe, when they think on it, that the people will realise what they have gained and understand why they have lost that which they have had to lose.
You're deluded. You accidentally sterilised 4 out of 5 people.
I'm sitting here in my little office being like, I don't want to get involved. I'm just censoring all of you. Shush.
If we don't wrap up soon, our boss will fire us all. So, with the promise of elections in the spring, it seems we're nowhere near the end of this nation's story. At least from here on, there is hope it will be conducted with words instead of bullets. There will be recriminations, of course, and calls for revenge and punishment. We do not need more hate. We need truth and reconciliations. And hopefully that's what we will get. And then when we've listened, we will decide. All of us. One vote each. Anything for that?
I think you've got it covered.
Let's take us out.
You know, I really...
I'd like that too. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. And from everyone here at the National Nightly News, have a... Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
I'll be on the phone to Bozeman in the morning.
Well, that'll be interesting. His daughter just gave birth to an unviable.
Are you coming out with us? Apparently, we're free to go.
You go.
Maybe I abused the laugh track slightly.
Trail?
I wouldn't vote for your party, Mr. James. Or hers.
But there are those who would seek
Who knows, maybe I'll run as an independent.
destroy us.
You wouldn't last 5 minutes. You're too honest for politics.
That they can drive apart our bonds of family, friendship and community.
But we see them.
Thank you
moving among
for
us, clear as day,
letting me
sowing division,
ruin your awful show.
Oh, I've got some hope that this new format won't be around long, especially when Bozeman sees the ratings tonight. Who knows, we might even do some real news.
And stranger things have happened.
To justify their need to
I mean, my ratings are through the roof. I am that
Don't make
awesome.
this a habit, okay? There's a list for guests. You book in. Let's do that next time. Thank you.
In a disrupt world, they would
You look like you enjoyed that.
do with their
I
bodies.
had missed it.
They would
I hadn't
decide
realised how
what
much.
kinds of relationships
Go
are
get something to eat.
natural.
Yes.
They would exploit
I want to hear about every disastrous date you've had in the last 5 years. I want names, expectations, crimes.
Oh, that's going to take more than one dinner.
Fine. I have nothing to do. And you have a world.
as the default, as the status quo, predetermined and inevitable.
What now?
They would see themselves at the top of a hierarchy built to enrich.
Oh. Is that it? Oh. So that's the end. Lawrence Bandiclatch remains beloved in the nation and hated in the industry. Jesus is taking some time away from the spotlight on a musical journey of self-discovery at his parents' house. I wonder what of this I could change. Lil C's career has moved from strength to strength. She has recently released a line of scented candles and a sex tape. Sophia Remington has remained in her underwater HQ for years. Her top science guys are working out how to give her gills. I want to play it again right now. 20 years after David and Ingrid's bitter divorce, baby Dante developed his superpowers and destroyed all marine life south of the equator. The brain of Johnny Hamsleeves won Sports Personality of the Year 3 subsequent times before someone accidentally knocked his jaw off a shelf. I really feel like playing it again straight away. Like, not on stream. Just for myself. See what different outcomes I can get. This was so good. And I recommend everyone else playing it too. Hashtag not spawn. I really enjoyed it. And it was such a different game than I thought it was going to be. I literally thought it was just the in the studio bits. And that it was just like a time management game of, you know, can you make the broadcasts good enough to keep your audience share and blah 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 blah. And that's why I was playing it on easy, because I was like, probably not going to be great at, there is a VR version, but I was like, I'm probably not going to be great at time management stuff, so I don't want to have to replay everything over and over and over again. But oh, it's so different to how I expected. So much better than I expected. And there are 2 expansions. Despite her death, Helena Canterbury Boatshoe continues to work. She recently won a Best Actor award for her role as a mafia boss's paperweight. This was easy mode. Well, no, there's an even easier mode. Where I don't think the audience can go up or down at all. And then this was like easy mode, I think. And then there's about 3 or 4 harder modes where I think the audience is much more fickle. I can't remember, I'll have a look when we're back at the Pleasure Core's upward trajectory seems unstoppable. There's only been 1 luxury cruise disaster, and even then, almost half the passengers survived. Well, that's good. Hello, a Kate Cat 75. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're joining us at the end of the stream, I'm afraid, as you can probably tell by the credits. We've just had an awesome time. The game was brilliant. I've just been saying I think I would quite like to play it over again. Crazy Neil lives in the capital with his 9th and 10th wives. He now sells mostly indulgences. Well, good for him. I want to play it again and see what could go differently. I got, I guess, a neutral ending. There's going to be elections. I was trying to be neutral throughout. There is going to be elections, but we don't know how they'll go. I guess the middle ground? I don't know. No one seemed to come out on top. Yeah, I might have a look when the credits are finished. This is my very first ending, very first playthrough. Well, this is why I want to play it through again, but not on stream. I just want to play it myself. The picturesque town of St. Bumley-on-the-Taint continues to thrive. The whole was recently named an area of outstanding natural beauty. Well, good for St. Bumley-on-the-Taint. There's 15 endings. Holy moly, I'm going to have to play this a lot. It is a very nice
And
hole.
although this is our last broadcast here on One, we'd like to thank Disrupt's leadership for this chance to say a fond farewell to you, our loyal viewers. Disrupt TV will broadcast its first programming tomorrow with a documentary called Benefit Scroungers and the Undeserving Poor, followed by The Kyle Springle Show, where a lie detector reveals a man who married his sister's brother's niece's uncle before closing out the night with One Nation News Max, where Chet Blaze will be asking, how many guns is enough? Well, all that remains to say
Apparently
is thank
Disrupt
you
One.
from all of us here at the National Nightly News and Channel One. It's been an honour to inform and entertain you over the last 40 years.
I haven't been very
Thank you for
Disrupt.
letting us into your homes one last time. I'm
I
Megan
was
Wolf.
trying to please
Good night.
everybody.
And good luck.
Found 1 out of 14 epilogues. Oh, I'm going to have to play this game a lot.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
So, these are the difficulties. I can't remember who was asking. Villa, maybe. The story mode. And then easy, normal, hard, and custom. And I was playing on easy. You can do another one real quick just by replaying the last control book. Yeah, probably can.
Question.
Advance is lying to you.
What do we want? Do we want me to replay the last broadcast and get the ending where I choose the
Confidence that the team will keep you safe.
thing?
But now you start to see it.
It's worth trying, isn't it?
Never happy.
Let's
It's
do
never
it.
enough.
How do I? How do I? Is it in archive? The finale. Is it that one? How do I play it? What do I do?
Cannot believe you, Ellen.
Are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Am I on Discord? I'm not on Discord. I'm only little.
We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Oh, am I on the Discord? No, I'm not. I might have to join it.
Getting started.
How do I?
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main
Just play the
headlines
last
tonight.
save. Okay. Haha, I see. This one? No. This one.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
Exactly.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
Am I okay starting from segment 3?
But now you start to see it. The people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you, Ellen.
Are you saying that Advance
Yeah,
have
okay.
cured
I know it's a good game when I want to watch everyone else playing it and I want to immediately play it again myself.
Both at the same time, Colin?
I'm quadruple jointed.
That is not a thing.
Oh yeah, contortionism runs in my family. The springs are huge in circuses and casinos. And brothels.
Right. Everybody okay in here? Yeah. Yeah, we would be if you stopped asking us questions like that.
We're expecting troublemakers, but nothing serious. You might hear some noises, but it's nothing to be concerned about. The services know what they're doing.
So, nobody freak out when the shooting starts, okay? The show must go on and all that. Tits and teeth.
Tits and teeth!
Minister. Thank you, Jenny. Tits and teeth, armed and ready.
10 seconds, everybody. God, kill
Best
me.
in the business, cheers.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the Nightly Show, where it's time for the Prime Minister to face the toughest critics in the territories. You lot out there.
Call us on the usual numbers with your questions for the Prime Minister.
First up, we have Humphrey from Hamble Bamblebury.
Lovely place. I'm hoping to retire there.
Oh, good choice.
Are you there, Humphrey?
Humphrey!
Hello, Humphrey.
We appear to have lost Humphrey. We'll try and get him back, but let's go to another call in the meantime. Who have we got next, Patrick?
Next up, we've got Mandy from Arsminster. Oh, I don't think I'll be retiring there.
Hi, Mandy. You're through to the Prime Minister. What's your question?
Hello? Hello? Mandy? Mandy? What's going on, Jenny?
We try not to talk to the
Jenny?
The lines are down.
Oh, well, call down to maintenance and get...
We can't. All the lines are down.
Here it goes.
Apologies to our viewers at home. We seem to have a few technical gremlins making mischief behind the scenes. So while we're getting back up and running, Patrick has a couple of questions that were sent in by our viewers earlier this week.
Oh, yes. Yes, no, of course I do. Well, our first question is from Trisha, who lives on Camera Avenue. And what she really wants to know... Lock the door! Lock the door!
I just love that Patrick's convinced themselves that they are Patrick.
You're Jenny, aren't you? Come here. Don't be afraid, Jenny. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt anyone if we don't have to. All I want you to do is to keep the show on the air. Do you understand? Just do your job and everything will be all right, okay?
Don't be afraid, Jenny.
You two, on your knees over there. Move! So, this is the famous couch of chat, eh?
I don't answer questions at gunpoint, Mr. James.
Oh. You're not at gunpoint, Prime Minister. They are.
Please don't kill me, please. Nevertheless, if you think I'm going to answer to you, then I'm afraid
you don't have to answer to me, Julia. Are the doors locked and sealed?
Yes, sir. No one's getting in around.
Good. All clear.
Good. Thank you. Yes, good. Thank you.
Jeremy?
Jeremy! I missed Jeremy. I was so happy when he came back. Look at his little face.
Hello, you.
Oh.
Why didn't you make contact?
We've only put you in there for I'm sorry.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Yes. Keep the show going for me.
Of course.
Let them go, Alan. There'll be no killing tonight.
Hello. Sorry, I don't think we've
I love this bit as well.
Is that what you're telling yourself, is it?
He's like, yeah, you're not Patrick Bannon, love.
Sorry for barging in. Hate what you've done with the place.
Me too. Would you like your spot?
It's yours now. You wear it well. So, let's talk, shall we?
Armed security are on their way, Mr. Donaldson. I know you know that.
Let's make use of the time we have then, eh?
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
No. I think you should stay too.
For safety?
I think you should stay too. For balance. Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Let's welcome back the National Nightly News. Tonight I'm joined by probably the two most influential people in the country, if not the continent.
So let's see if we can't kick over a few rocks and see what's lurking underneath. Prime Minister, if I could turn to you first.
I have nothing to hide.
Except that which is already hidden. Prime Minister, what is norethindrone? Prime Minister, what is norethindrone?
I beg your pardon?
Norethindrone. It's used in birth control, among other things. If you haven't heard of that, perhaps you could enlighten us in regards to Agrobacterium tumefaciens.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Donaldson.
Well, that suggests a lack of attention to detail, Prime Minister. It's a bacterium used in the genetic modification of an organism. And I found traces of both these substances in every single one of the menu centre food boxes that I've had analysed from across the territories, if you will.
Notice my lack of censoring, Villa. Are you proud of me?
Anything, Prime Minister. I'm just pointing out the facts.
Oh my God. Is that why Kate and I can't have...
So you blamed it on the radioactive clouds from your bombs?
Before Stacey. We tried so many times.
Prime Minister, is there something wrong with you?
Oh.
Fine. You want the truth? You think it'll help your viewers sleep at night? Well, here it is. 6 years ago, when we came to power, we got access to the real facts and figures. And they told us we were doomed. The population was expanding at an unsustainable rate. Within 50 years, we would be out of natural resources. We would war over fuel, and then inevitably food and clean water. It was no exaggeration to say that we were facing extinction.
Oh no, extinction.
It was supposed to be opt-out contraception, an end to unwanted children, a chance to rebalance. But something went wrong in the testing phase. Nature took over. I never wanted this.
So you covered it up and blame the sterility on the bombs.
Oh, please don't lecture me on morality, Mr. James. Your hands are far too dirty for that.
Disrupt only did what had to be done.
Disrupt are not the answer. You'll just take us to an even more extreme version of where we were before. Your miserable policies will kill us all.
I'm not the one who built the transition centres.
No, you're from a time where people didn't even have the basic right to choose how and when to die.
You turned children against their parents.
We enabled young people to speak up about the abuse that they were facing. And guess what? Most of that abuse came from within their own families.
Identity cards!
Those cats causing chaos. Don't know if you could hear that.
Sterilised us against our will.
I built a sustainable future.
That's too much. That's not for you to choose.
Well, if not me, then who? Who would choose it for themselves?
And isn't it at the heart of all this? You don't trust us to choose. You think you know best, you know what's good for us, and if we disagree with you, then you'll send us to betterment. That's why there's no news anymore, because there's no choice, so there's no point.
I've not heard of that game. I'll have to
Elections
get
have
hold
been
of it.
suspended.
Time to unsuspend them then. If you want to carry on, you'll need a mandate. We have people ready to stand against you in every territory.
If it helps, I don't think it was a cake cat causing chaos.
Yes. I want to assure the public that
Unless they're somehow in my
are
house.
Occasionally forced to violent means. We are not by nature a violent organisation.
Yes, Jeremy?
Could you have this queued up for us, please?
Yes, Jeremy. It'd be a pleasure.
Is that from Disrupt Leadership?
In a way. Mr. James, before you launch your rather premature election campaign, I think it'd be useful for the viewers at home if you were to also answer a question or two.
Of course. When we come to power, one of the first things we'll do is restore a free press. The truth is very important. No more hidden secrets.
If you say so. From whom do you take your orders, by the way?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're Disrupt's spokesman, but for whom do you speak?
You know I can't tell you. It's too dangerous for me to say.
Don't worry. I don't share those concerns. You see, I've met with them almost 5 years ago now, back when I was a news anchor. And I also met with them a week ago to discuss tonight's
So, I just need to play the video,
I
right?
think they wanted to check that I'd stick to the script, which really shows how little they know me. So this time, I wore a hidden camera. Would you like to see a little of what we discussed?
No, you can't.
She'll have them arrested. They'll be dead by morning.
Not an unfair assessment.
Fortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to Alex in the broadcast room.
Hi, that's me. I'm
What's wrong,
Alex.
Jenny?
Screen 4.
No, you can't. My people will stop you. Cut the power to your machines.
Well, I would imagine mine will be doing their level best to ensure that Mr. Donaldson's footage gets the airing it deserves. After all, my security forces will be here soon, and
I love that
imagine this will
emote
end
too,
very
Villa.
badly for all of you.
Queued up and ready. Queued up and ready.
Oh damn, glad I'm not making this choice.
I think I cut to it slightly too early, but I wanted to make sure that we got it. Oh.
And you're absolutely certain in your research?
It's unpalatable but true. Advance are covertly sterilising the population.
Why don't you just release this through your normal channels?
Mr. James is surprisingly efficient rabble-rouser. The peasants respond to his more earthly qualities. But you, Mr. Donaldson, are a face they trust.
We did not risk our operative's life to rescue you out of altruism.
And afterwards? Once all this is out in the open?
We anticipate considerable unrest, possibly riots.
Followed, of course, in the restoration of democratic elections, under our control, of course.
Nature abhors a vacuum. You, Mr. Donaldson, will create that vacuum, and we shall be there to fill it.
That will take considerable resources. From what I understand, Advance took your wealth.
The visible billions, yes.
Some markets still prosper.
There will always be addicts.
And those with carnal desires for livestock of all ages. A lucrative business indeed.
Livestock of all ages.
Foreign powers, outside the territories. Those who fear to follow the fate of my glorious Erkistan. For them, no price is too high.
Folks like us are always well-resourced. You need have no concern about that. We have the required funds to fight, to win.
And once the fight is done, to make sure this aberrance is never seen again. A return to the natural order of things. The wheat rises to the top and the chaff is burned away. No more living side by side with ill-educated savages. Let the plebs pile up in the ghettos.
Yeah.
Strict order.
Yeah.
An end to ungodly acts.
I mean, not here.
Including our Mr. James. It amazes me how he cannot hear the Damoclean sword as it dangles above his head.
No, he was an ignorant bull. He sees only the red cape in front of him. Never the hidden blade.
And so it is with the low orders. They are lost in this new world.
They will gladly walk back to Old One, and they will be ours again, as it should be.
Excellent.
You set me up.
No, Alan, you did that to yourself.
Now do you understand what you're doing?
Do you understand why
It's
we
like
have
Plebgate.
Pathetic. Neither of you recognises your own reflection.
How long, Jenny?
For long, I imagine. For any of you.
Security are outside. They've been here for 5 minutes, but they're not doing anything. Turns out there's a lot of them who wanted children. We're already a few minutes over, Megan, but with ratings like this, Bozeman's no fool.
Do you want to take us out?
It should be you.
It should be both of us. You start.
Before we go tonight,
one final thought.
There's so much to digest here. What's happened tonight in this political circus?
The tent is collapsing and the ringmasters have lost their glitter.
There will be elections. Soon, I'd imagine. You'll be able to choose.
These two will run. A choice between a shit sandwich and a cold...
Oh, last track.
A circus of lies.
Two extremes, both offering their own form of misery.
You can do advance and be equal.
In cages, like performing lions.
Or disrupt and be free.
To struggle and starve.
Or you can do something different. You can run. You can stand. You can stop promoting the way things are and change it.
You're good people. And you are sensible people.
Look, you can't remind me that the laugh track's a thing and expect me to not play it.
Do something. Take responsibility. Because if you don't, it'll all be left to these clowns.
And that's the worst.
You said clowns.
My name's Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Have a transformative night.
And then make tomorrow better.
And we're out. You're done. This program, this channel, all
No,
of you.
Julia, not them. We're done. They got us both.
Your security team say they'll escort you when you're ready. We can call you a taxi, Alan.
You're a taxi, Alan.
Wherever you want.
Happier, healthier.
Am I under arrest?
The team has never been stronger.
You know you've made that impossible, Mr. Donaldson.
But there are those who would seek
My
to
bosses won't be pleased with you.
destroy us.
Child sex traffickers and wannabe dictators. They're the natural enemies of the reporter.
That they can drive apart our bonds of family, friendship, and
We should go and see
community.
Bozeman.
But we
We'll
see
do it together.
them moving among
Yes.
us, clear as day.
And then we'll burn this set.
Division, undermine.
So will the credits be the same? Can I skip them and see the screen at the end?
There was a time before, a little after the war, when the finest minds would have the deepest roar, and we would celebrate the things they taught
That's nearly the name of the show, Villa! Show, game, thing! The music is different.
gave us cable TV. They gave us people who know nothing as celebrities. Gave us sugary food, drugs to regulate our
So far, these
the things that make us smart.
things about the people are all the same.
Out of the stupid, keep me out of the dark. Sail me into enlightenment, let me disembark. Just give us Stephen Hawking, give us Aaron Sorkin, give us Dolly Parton singing David
I like this music.
Give us Alan Moore, give us Radio 4, just give us anything that keeps us smart.
So now I only need to play through the game 13 more times to get the 13 endings I'm missing. QI! He said QI! I like QI. There are a lot of people involved in this.
Give us novels to forage, Harry Seldon's knowledge. Give us Lyra when she's setting off from Jordan College. Give us Gorky Park, give us Arthur C. Clarke.
I'm just picking up all the references, like Lyra when she's setting off from Oxford College. That's historic materials. I'm going to have to play the telethon as well. This game must really hit different for people who aren't British. They must think it's absolutely insane. Whereas British people are just like, yeah, this is basically what British TV is like. Oh, thank you. I think I definitely want to play through it a few times without any hints. I want to play through it once, really aiming for being very anti-government, and once aiming for really being pro-government. And then after that, I might need some help. But we'll see. But I don't think I'm going to stream anymore. Oh, if you watch this game and take it all in, you will basically understand British people. Oh, here we go. Do we?
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
The votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Accord. The new centralist party.
Oh, so this is the neutral ending.
The mainstream parties.
Incoming Prime Minister Fatima Chowdhury called Accord's win proof that the major parties had lost the trust of the nation and signalled the end of extremist politics.
Neither Advance nor Disrupt, who failed to garner even 10% of the vote between them, have released a statement.
Later, we'll be looking in detail at the election results across the nation before Jeremy brings us a report on the recent unrest in Valdez.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Yay! Under new management. Oh, it tells you about them. A new leaf. A better Jeremy. What's that say? Inevitable advancement. It doesn't have a date. An Accord. It is time to go ending hunting, but not on stream, I feel. It is it is Slay the Princess all over again. This is not the sort of game that makes a great stream, I feel. Like, not to do loads and loads and loads of episodes of it. Because I have to concentrate far too much to talk to you guys, and when I look at chat, I then lose track of what I'm doing. So thank you all for watching. I definitely will play through this probably many times, but not on stream. I will be back probably on Wednesday, maybe, and we'll get back to Cheer. I'm glad you were here too, Lilith. It was great to see you. And I'm glad you all seem to enjoy this game. And I will hopefully see you on Wednesday for some cheer, but if not, then I will see you whenever I next see you. Maybe I'll catch all you guys on your streams, if you're streaming when I'm free, which we don't seem to manage to link up much to see each other's streams, but yeah, I will try. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow, Kate Cat. Maybe I'll see you again sometime. It would be lovely to see you again. And on that note, I will say goodbye. Bye.